Hey everybody, Joe with Bumbling Acres here. Hope you all are doing well. Hope this message finds you happy and healthy and enjoying the day. It's going to be up to like 60 degrees here in Kentucky, or Indiana. I'm from Kentucky, so it takes a little bit to get used to the transition to Indiana. But things are going well this morning. As if you've kept up, yesterday we acquired two breeding pairs of turkeys. I don't know my turkey breeds, so forgive me. I think one's like a Spanish black something, and there's a red. They're both heritage breeds, and we put the, I call them Tom, put the Toms, and then I said the females were Janes. Just felt if you're going to give the men a name, I felt like you should give the ladies a name. So the Janes, so the Tom and Jane of each breed was separated into their respective little fencing that we put up. One of ours, they're in our meat. I'll walk you over actually. Well, instead of painting word pictures, I'll just paint pictures. But our meat bird tractor became a temporary housing for our turkeys, and you'll notice there's the two black ones and the gold ones in there, because the gold one in the enclosure we had, which is over here, which you'll actually see a very upset Tom that his Jane is not with him. Of course, interesting from researching turkeys last night. The hens pick the Toms. Toms don't get to just pick the hens. So apparently this Tom's Jane, because she flew out, because I thought we had the entire thing closed, but we don't. We have netting over part of it, but not all of it. So she flew out and she was perched up on the chain link last night, and I just didn't feel like going chasing her around at 10 o'clock at night. So woke up this morning and I got to chase her around then. And that was fun. And then we were able to corral, with me and Deborah, the Jane into the other twos, where apparently Jane likes the other Tom. So there's very upset Tom. I feel for him. We've all been there. But, the reality is today we're off to go. Deborah's off to the store to get the fencing things I will need in order to make an enclosure. I do like my chickens are free-range chickens. I would love to have free-range turkeys, but in the interim I've got to get them used to our property, and I've got to have a quarantined area for them anyway. So we are going to enclose this area, about 50 feet by 50 feet, enclose it, and I will set up, basically cut it in half with a fence line, and have a area for the one Tom and Jane and the other Tom and Jane. We're going to clip the wings so they can't fly, and see if we can get these two pairs to coexist. And then eventually, with the goal of, I would like to be able to open them up and let them range. I do not like small run, quarantined altogether creatures. I like to give them the lay of the land, or as much to roam as possible. So it's a long-term goal, but I had to go and set up turkey houses. And here's the first draft / first attempt at our turkey draft. So you'll see I try to use pallets for as much as I possibly can when it comes to making structures, because I can usually get pallets at no charge, and free is me, and if you're a homesteader, free should be you too. So just basically two connected, and then the wings of it coming out, broad beam going across for support, a couple side spots where to get some plastic sheeting that I'm going to put over the top, so that the water doesn't just run through it. Eventually I'll use PVC pipes to make a water collection system where it feeds itself, but that's like probably going to be version 2, version 3 down the road. Perch stand, because they do like to perch, and from what I read, the turkeys will generally not go into a house, so that doesn't bug me. So I give them a perch where they can perch up and be away from most predators. It's ugly, and that's one thing where, as a homesteader, don't let aesthetics become the goal. Like, eventually, yes, I would like to refine these processes and set up real beautiful enclosed areas, and I'd like to set up beautiful structures for them to live in. But right now, I'm just trying to make something, and I am not a natural carpenter. I have a lot more respect for people that spend all day hammering stuff, because I'm already worn out, and I've been doing this for maybe an hour and a half. So mad respect for people that do this. But when you're going to build stuff, this is literally 2x4s that I've found. I was able to get them for like $1 a piece Somebody just had excess 2x4s, so the 2x4s you see, I used their 2x4x8s, got them for about $1.50 a piece. Just been using it for all kinds of projects around the property. Nails, screws, traditional stuff there. Pallets, there's probably, I don't know, maybe 10 bucks in this. When we get the sheeting, it'll probably maybe 15. So I mean, like, that's my goal, is to make this as cost effective as possible, yet still create an area that is good for the turkeys to be in. So this is the first one. I'm gonna build a second one so that each enclosed area has one for the turkeys to live on and in. And this is not hard to do. So honestly, if you need more guidance on what exactly I've done here, put a comment in and I can break it down step by step. I'm less concerned with how people follow my channel to figure out how to do this stuff, and more of, there's such a thing called, in the military we call it paralysis by analysis. You think about something so far and you never start it because you're too busy thinking about all the things. The reality is, you think about a project, you should spend time thinking about what you want to do. I had a rough idea of what the structure would look like. And the other part, as soon as you start building it, you find out how wrong you were in your design. And you've got to change it and adapt it and move it. And that's just part of building. That's part of homesteading. I put in a video before that homesteaders are tinkerers, and that's what we are. We're not, it's not from the depth of knowledge, at least not for me. I'm not this is the most I've swung a hammer and stuff in a long time. And as a homesteader, it's the most I've ever done this stuff in my life. I work in a corporate job where I get paid to talk to people and get on the phone. So work on a computer. This is way outside of my comfort zone. And even if it's way outside of yours, you know, you're gonna hit your finger a lot. I've bloodied up a couple fingers from nailing, cut my hand on some other things. You know, that's part of life, and but it works. That's what matters. So that would be my, if you have advice on turkey raising, please feel free to chime in. Please send us a message. We have our Facebook page, Bumbling Acres. We've got bumblinacres@gmail.com. I think we have bumblinacres@bumblinacres.com maybe. I think we have our own website, bumblinacres.com. You know, if you have advice, please give it. I'm never too good to take advice, nor should you as a homesteader. And you know, if you see something I could do better, please let me know. If there's some advice I can give you, please let me know. Other than that, y'all do well. Another thing you might have realized is our videos are pretty simplistic, and they're all one shot because this is all on my phone. We have a little camera that eventually we might transition to, but honestly, when I'm doing a project, you're never gonna see me like taking time from doing a project so I can make a video. That just seems to me backwards in life. So, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope you're having a good day. And Joe with Bumbling Acres signing off. The Sammy Sosa 2. Bye.